Hey guys, welcome. Today is March 6th, and we're doing a free training today on literally one of my favorite, probably my favorite, the favorite real estate investing tool. And the reason I say it that it's the favorite is because there's a lot of systems out there that do things very well, right? And they're very specific. But this tool that we're going to be talking about today, guys, does everything, right? Or, I mean, if not everything, it does practically everything. It's really, really, really cool. So today I'm joined by Kevin Carroll, good friend, and he's going to give us a demo. So he actually is over at REI Black Book, which is what my favorite tool is, guys. Amazing tool. Stick around to the end and we'll have a offer for you guys as well on how you can take advantage of a free trial and even get some courses included free with that trial. So Kevin, thanks for joining me today. How are you, man?
Hey, thanks for having me, David. It's great, man. Always good to catch up with you.
All right, man. I'm excited. I was actually just logging into my REI Black Book. And by the way, everybody, I've been a customer since 2014. And we use REI Black Book for a plethora of things. Mostly disposition, but it does it all, guys. It does it all. But we have used the system. I'm looking at my account right now, and we've closed 562 deals from this system. I mean, basically, this system has helped us market those deals, collect buyers' emails and phone numbers, be able to email out and text out to the list, as well as manage websites and landing pages and all types of other crazy stuff. Again, I've been a customer since 2014, so huge fan. And again, I'm just honored and grateful to have you on to here today, Kevin. Show us firsthand all the powerful things.
Hey, I'm ready. I'm honored to be here as well. So, hey, I appreciate it. So, I've some people who are not familiar or maybe never heard of REI Black Book. I do have a couple of slides that kind of give some numbers and show some different things that we have here. So, I'll hop in and share my screen for that part of it.
Cool. Hey, before we get going, I want to do a quick poll, guys. How many people on this webinar are, and also I forgot to do this from the get-go, but in the chat, let us know that you can hear both of us. Always should lead with that, and I forgot completely. And also drop in where you're watching from. I'm always curious where you guys are from. Are you in my local market? Are you down the street? Or are you in San Francisco or Dallas, Texas? Always interested to know where you guys are at too. So Andre said, hey, thanks for the training. Cool. We'll circle back to the chat. But yeah, let me know you can hear me and let me know where you guys are from. But I want to do a quick poll in the meantime. And I want to know if you guys are doing deals. So take that poll real quick while we have it up on the screen. Just click it. It should be really quick and easy. And I'll have to publish it first. Come on, Dave. But I want to see where everybody's at, right? Are you already doing deals? No, not yet. Yes, a few. Or yes, a ton are those options, guys. So take the poll for me. And we'll end this here in just a second. Boom, boom, boom. 75% it looks like are not yet doing any deals, Kevin. 60%. It's still moving. People are taking the poll here. So looks like 66%. All right, cool, guys. Thanks for taking the poll. We're going to go ahead and end that. 66% of the people on this are not yet doing deals. So let's really take advantage of this free training. Jump in and yeah, Kev, go for it, bro. Let's jump in with the demo here.
Perfect. Well, let's change that, right? So, Dave, can you see my screen okay here, bud?
I can see it, man. I can see our pretty faces and I can see your slides. They look good.
All right, perfect. All right. So, again, Kevin with REI Black Book. I want to talk about today how to close a couple extra deals every month with less money, stress, frustration. Teach you what a CRM is. Kind of show you some tips and how to shortcut some of that growth to get your first deal and then scale up to those, 3 or 4 or more deals a month here. So I won't spend a lot of time, but who's already at Black Book? So again, David, I know you've been around since 2014. You were late to the party, my friend. It started back in 2009, but which, as anybody who's been around long enough, that's maybe not the best time to launch a real estate focused business. But anyway, we launched back then. We're still going strong today. Software of choice for educators and coaches. And, really our purpose has driven us since 2009 is We empower small business owners through systems, software, and education. All right. I handle the sales here. I personally have been working with small business owners for well over a decade now, and really focusing on the marketing and sales systems and how we can automate that and really drive efficiencies so that we can spend our time as business owners doing the activities that generate revenue, right? Not putting out fires. All right. So again, just to give you a real quick idea of who we are and what we do everything from websites and landing pages, the contact management system, which is a CRM, right? How do we maintain and manage our leads that are in the system? Email auto response, text platform, ringless voicemail platforms, property disposition, all those different things. Most investors go out and they subscribe to 5, 6, 8 or 9 different platforms, pay for them separately, try to plug them all in together. Well, it's very expensive, costs a ton of money to connect those dots. We've built one platform, like what you said earlier. We kind of do it all in one place, so it's a lot less expensive and a lot easier to use. So
hey, real quick, in 2014, go back to that slide. When I met Damon, originally, I had like 5 of these things, right? And he was like, hey, get rid of all that stuff that you have, all these different things, and come over to REI Black Book. And I did. And that's literally when my business started taking off. So just a side note, I mean, the amount of stuff that REI Black Book does, that this system does, is just crazy. It's just crazy. I love it.
This isn't even an all-inclusive list. These are just the most popular ones. But actually, hey, not to get sidetracked, I just had a call this morning with another investor, and he's been doing deals for about 3 or 4 years now. But he went through and he's actually paying over $1,100 a month in different platforms. He switched over to us a couple months ago, and where I'm going with this is he cut $1,100 out, and now he just gets to deal with one provider. It's all in one place, and it's a lot easier. So the 778 that's listed here is actually probably a little bit lower than reality for some people out here. But
I love it.
So what this training today is a little bit different. So this isn't just one small piece of a puzzle. I'm not going to tell you to go out and subscribe to a whole bunch of different platforms like what most people are doing today. This is a proven system. We've got tens of thousands of investors that we've worked with over the last decade. This will produce predictable results for years and years to come, but you've got to put the work in. All right. So again, if this isn't a one easy button, this isn't, press this and all your troubles go away. You have to be willing to market your business. But if you can make that commitment, I can show you how to really wrap this thing up and ensure that those results are going to come without a ton of effort and time wasted. All right. This is all going to come down to what a proven process. For most investors, your process is going to look pretty similar to this. And David, I'm sure yours, that you've got for your operations probably looks something similar to this, right? You've got to generate leads up top. We got to qualify those leads, make offers, follow up on those offers, and then the fun part, close, disposition, and get paid, right?
Yep.
So what I'm going to focus on, not necessarily is I'm not going to really go into how to generate those leads, because most people can figure that out. That's not the hard.
And you know what, guys? I do a lot of other trainings, free trainings, and promotions for a lot of these other services. And that's what I was getting at earlier, that are really good at doing one specific thing. I have a lot of favorite software, right? Let's be honest. But REI Black Book is really, my favorite place once you already have, a marketing channel set up.
That's correct.
A place to put those leads into, either automatically or manually, a place to organize all those leads, the phone system and email system, obviously, to be able to communicate with those leads, to where you can send offers to them. The automatic follow-up, let's be honest, I mean, that is like a full-time person that you're not even having to pay, that's constantly helping, with the automations of follow-up that you can set up very easily. And then, of course, closing and dispositions, right? So it's really a lot more different, than each of these individual marketing channels. So at the top of this slide here, you have Google ads, you have Facebook ads, you have SEO. Looks like you got ringless voicemail, property finders. You have a couple different things, bandit sign on wheels, direct mail. So they obviously have various ways to do lead generation, but you may have your own, and that's okay. That's really the point. If you already are cold calling, right, or driving for dollars, or maybe cold texting or whatever it may be, this is where you want to manage everything. Those things are best just for initial marketing efforts. So didn't mean to interrupt, Kevin, but
No,
I wanted to highlight.
Right. You're absolutely right. And what I'm going to focus on today is basically after those leads have been identified with whatever strategy you guys are using, it doesn't matter. But what really makes a difference in most investors' lives is what happens next. All right.
Yep, absolutely. And I had a quick poll up here. I didn't even tell you, Kevin. Are you using a CRM? 100% of the people said no. So nobody on this webinar right here is actually using a system to be able to pull all of this stuff in, all in one type of thing.
Well, then this should open your eyes on how much easier things can be for you.
Loving it.
Sticky notes and spreadsheets only go so far. I promise you that. So, but all right. So growth does not always mean more. And what I mean by that is usually we're generating leads or we have leads, but in order to increase our deal flow, our closed deals and revenue ultimately, doesn't mean that we need to go triple or quadruple our marketing expense. It means we need to get a lot better at managing and nurturing our existing leads. And that's what a CRM does, right? So a real quick story is Marcy Martinez. She is a longtime user for about 4 years now with the platform, but real similar story. She started investing back in 2016, didn't really have any systems processes, was brand new, still worked a full-time job, but obviously real sporadic, did not know when she was going to close her next deal at any time. She went through, got the CRM, really built out the system, make sure that her automated follow-up systems were in place, that all those leads that were in her funnel, that they were getting followed up with consistently for months and months and months at a time. So that way she didn't have to increase her marketing spend, and she just got much better at converting a higher percentage of the leads she already had. And that's where most investors kind of overlook the power of what a follow-up system can do. And that's what a CRM has to do for you, is follow up on those leads. Now she's closing 4 deals a month on average. Actually, I think it's probably closer to 5 or 6 now, but she's building out a team to handle her acquisitions and dispos. She quit her full-time job, but it's just a great story with Marcy. It's a pretty common story, frankly, is, once you kind of look to grow and scale any business, real estate investing especially, it's all about being super efficient with what you've got and spending your time talking to the people who are motivated to talk right now, and let the system automate the follow-up with everybody else.
That's such a good point, man. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yep. So at the end of the day, none of us want to talk to people who don't want to talk to us anyway. There's no point in spending half an hour on the phone with somebody who's not motivated to sell to us. There's 100 other people motivated to sell. Let's spend our time on the phone with them and let the system weed out the rest. So stop talking to unqualified sellers. Let's talk to people who need what we have to offer, right? It's hard to help somebody who doesn't need help. But if we do find somebody who needs help, hey, let's spend our time there. All right. So at the end of the day, most people, especially newer investors, and this isn't a shot at any newer investors, but most people think that they have a traffic problem, right? They either don't have enough leads or they're not high quality. Well, the thing is we just need to nurture them in a more effective manner, which means we have a follow-up problem.
Oh, I love this, man. This is it. This is it.
Yeah, this is it. I mean, this is the biggest thing that we've seen. Again, we've been doing this for over 12 years. If we could just implement a dedicated follow-up system for every investor that ever used REIA Black Book, the world would have a lot more millionaires in there. I promise you that, Dave. All right. So as leads are coming in the top of our bucket, right? No matter what strategy we're using, as those leads are coming in, if we have holes in our process, our bucket's not tight, those leads, those deals just drip right out of the bottom, right? We've spent all this time, all this money on them, and then they just disappear. So hopefully this will scare you. You have to follow up.
You certainly do.
You have no idea. And this just isn't real estate. This is any business out there. It doesn't matter what you're selling. You have to follow up with your leads. But this is specific to real estate investors. So 2% of our deals as investors happen on the first point of contact. So 2% of the time we'll get a yes.
I'd say that's even a high number.
That's actually, it's a little bit high. You're absolutely right. That's
right? But that's it, guys. 2% on that first touch. So let me just say this before you go through all these slides. Guys, my business is doing 8 to 10 deals a month on average, and really, we're not even really a wholesale company. We're marketing to find our own rentals and our own flips, and we just wholesale everything else. And in some months, it ends up being more deals on the wholesale side than the other side, right? But we just kind of fall into these deals. But the average deal takes us 4 months on average to convert.
Yep.
Evan, 4 months. And it's not because, you know, we're bad salespeople. It's just because people are often not ready right away, and you have to follow up. So already on the first touch, 2% are going to say yes and working with me. Yeah, okay, I follow that. 3% on the second touch, totally in alignment. Totally agree. 4% yes on the third, 100%. I mean, it's not going to really jump until you get down to like the 5th, 7th, 10th touch.
100%.
10% on the 4th touch. I mean, so people that get into this business and they just make 1 or 2 calls to sellers and then they stop, they're never going to be able to be super successful. Follow-up is everything, guys.
Everything.
It is the business, basically.
Yeah, and you hit the nail on the head there a second ago when you said 7, 8, or more touches. So this shows you the numbers. 81% of all of our deals happen 5 touch points or more down the road. But realistically, some of them are 12 or 14 or 16 touch points.
But when you automate the follow-up, that's the coolest part, because if it does 20 of them for you and you don't even know, and then they finally respond on the 20th one, it's like just like it was your first or second contact, right? Even though the system did it. Love that.
Absolutely. So again, 5 touch points or more. Very few investors, one, have the discipline or the system to do that effectively every single lead that comes to our system.
Let's ask the group, Kev, real quick.
Yep.
So we have another poll here. How many of you guys are following up with every lead? And again, I know we have a lot of new people on here that haven't done a whole lot of deals and aren't using CRM. But if you are doing marketing, right? Some marketing, or you're running appointments already, or you're just kind of getting your feet in the game, are you following up? Let's publish this poll. Are you following up with every lead at least 5 times? I can tell you, my team, we probably really don't even see good results in terms of follow-up until 7 to 10 times personally.
That's what we hear more times than not.
Yeah, I mean, really, 81 after the 5th, I get it, because you have to be after the 5th, right? But like, it's all about consistent follow-up, right? So 100% of people are not following up with every lead at this point.
And most people are like that. You're not alone on that. So the good news is there is an easy way to achieve that. All right. So most investors, let's see what everybody else is doing. 44% of us are giving up after 1 touch point. So we talk to them once, maybe we just leave a message. We try one time and we quit. 22% after 2, 14% more give up after the 3rd, 12% give up after the 4th. So 92% of investors are giving up an eventual yes. Look at that.
And that's really I'll be honest, Kevin, this is like the secret weapon for us.
Yeah.
Like my business, we add leads to the system. REI Black Book being one of them, right? Leads get added in the system. Auto follow-up takes place, or the team itself will do the follow-up. And we just know that it's going to take 4, maybe even as much as 6 months on average. Really that our average is 4 to 6 months for them to become motivated or want to work with us, right? It's just the number of calls that come in day one. And I think a lot of investors think that, that they're just going to get motivated seller calls. And yes, you do, you will, right? The more you work, the more calls you're going to get, right? Sure. But most of the time, the deals are done by somebody calling in that wasn't that motivated, that you added to the system, and then you consistently followed up with that person until you got them on a day when they were motivated and they were tired of dealing with it, and they're just saying, let's just get this done. I just don't want this problem anymore. I mean, that's what I do, man. I don't buy houses. I buy problems. My company's buying 100 houses a year, but I don't look at it as that. I'm like, I just helped people solve 100 problems every year.
That's right.
It's awesome.
That's right.
Awesome.
Yep. And I'll tell you what, that one you showed yesterday, that was a problem that you definitely helped with.
Oh, man, that was the worst house that I've ever bought. Ever.
I can smell that house from the picture, man.
Oh, my goodness. Crazy.
But so, I mean, the takeaway here is 8% of investors are getting 81% of all those deals because they follow up. Yep. So when you look at David and you're like, man, what is he doing? Why can't I get to that level? Well, he's of that small 8% that actually have the systems and processes in place to follow up with each lead every single time long enough until they're ready to go. Honestly, that's the secret sauce. That is the one thing that 90% of investors can do that will transform their lives and change their business, transform their lives if they follow up with these leads enough. All right. So here's just some shout outs about, follow up is key. I mentioned Marcy a second ago. So on the right-hand side, you'll see that over 8 different text messages, 3 out of those 8 were people responding back to her automated follow-ups saying that they are ready to go, ready to have the conversation, ready to take the next step. And workflow is working overtime. I mean, these are automated follow-up systems. And those, so that way she gets to spend her time talking to people who are ready to have the conversation instead of blowing them up and chasing people who don't even want to talk to you right now. Let the system automate that follow-up. All right. Okay. So I'm going to go back to this framework, right? So we generate leads up top there. Again, the way you acquire leads, that's just one small part of this. I'm not going to focus on it, but I do want to show you this. The breakdown between sales and marketing. So we go out and market and generate lists and do all these things. When the lead does pick up the phone and call us back, on average, it takes us an investor 2 days to pick up the phone and call that person back. And then we make 1.3 attempts to get back in contact with them, and then we give up. So we spend all this money on marketing and do all these different things to get a list. And when we do get a phone call, on average, we do really, really poor at answering them quickly and then following up with them at all. So this here just shows you in 5-minute increments, the likelihood of ever talking to a lead that comes in, if we don't at least acknowledge that we've received their phone call, have an automated text back or something like that, that lead will find somebody else to help with their problem because they're not going to wait for us for days and hope that we call them back. So you've got to have a system in place to manage these leads and contact them back right away, even if it's not us answering the phone call. All right.
Yeah, it's very, very important, guys. Answer the phone. If you're doing marketing, right? If you're cold calling, cold text, and sending direct mail, putting bandit signs out, you're asking people to answer the calls, respond to the text, or call you. So answer them. 100%. And if you can't answer them, hire somebody who can, or get a call service. Yep. Right. And I've done all the above. But basically, my business, if somebody calls between 7 a.m. and 9 p.m., 6 days a week, it's a live answer. Always. So important. The lead, speed to lead. If you haven't heard of that, think of it this way: speed to lead. Right. If you can't get to that lead fast and service them quickly, they're going to go find somebody who can.
100%. In today's world, they will hop on Google. They will find somebody to talk to them about their problem right now. They're not going to wait. I mean, worst case scenario, even if you don't have an answering system or a service or something like that, at least have a system that can shoot them a text message back and let them know, right, I will call you back here shortly. In the meantime, check out my website or something along those lines to keep their attention and not let them go somewhere else. But all right, so basically we need a proven system in place, right? You just that's a great process. You said 6 days a week between these hours. That's a live answer. And you've got systems and you know exactly what's going to happen when that phone rings every single time, right? So when we look at this, we generate, and again, 2% of the time they take our phone call, we make an offer, they love it, and we go all the way down and we get paid. That doesn't happen too often, right? Most of the time, a lead comes in, we miss their phone call. Do we talk to them right away? Yes or no? So if it's no, well, what happens? Well, here's a 10-day follow-up sequence that it automatically kicks in. All right, so what happens after that 15 days? Well, I'm sorry. So here we go, whether it's an inbound call or somebody through a website or somebody sends us a text message for our marketing, whatever. This is the kind of process that I'm talking about. Ultimately, this is saying, hey, if the phone rings, in 15 minutes, they're going to get a response back. Was it contacted? If it was yes, move on down. If it was no, they automatically go into my 15-day follow-up because I know every single lead is going to get followed up with for those 15 days, no matter what, even if I missed their phone call. And this will make more sense in a little bit. All right, what happens after 15 days? If, again, we just said it takes 7, 8, 9, 10 months sometimes or even longer before a lead is actually ready to sell a property. So if they don't answer in 15 days, well, our system is going to automatically kick them into a 15-month follow-up. So for the next year and a quarter, the system is going to hit them with text messages and emails and ringless voicemails.
That's my favorite thing. I love it whenever I personally don't have to do the follow-up, but it gets done.
Yep. And then when they pick up the phone and call back and to answer one of our texts or one of our emails, whatever, well, now we can have that conversation when they're ready, but the system just keeps them warm and reminds them that, hey, whenever you're ready, I'll be ready, right? The whole idea is to keep them in the funnel. All right. So again, if they don't answer within 15 days, all right, that moves them on to 15 months. Eventually they'll respond and we'll make an offer on the property. Does every offer get accepted? Nope. That would be cool. But
the more you send, the more that do get accepted. So if you're looking to do deals, guys, start getting comfortable sending offers.
That's right.
Got to send offers if you want people to sign them.
Yep. And even if you get told no on those good offers, right?
You can follow up with them. Right.
Follow up with them. So again, automate that. Not that you want to get told more than once, but let the system get told no.
I love get told no, though. Really, I mean,
I do too.
Usually, I get told no about 15 times before I get a yes. So I'm looking to get 15 no's before lunch.
That's
because that means I'm gonna buy a house that day.
We just had this conversation not too long ago. I was like, I have a goal every day to get to 15 no's first, because I know every 15 I'm going to get a yes in there.
And if you're new to the business, guys, you may have to get through 20 or 30 no's, right? Like, I'm not bad at closing deals, right? I've been doing it for a minute, but it's the same thing, right? It's a numbers game. So just get comfortable with it.
That's right. Every no, that yes is that.
I'm hoping to buy a house here after this call. Literally, I got a guy I've been texting all morning, so
I love it.
Ready to go.
I call this the automated sales team. So all the, that short-term 15-day follow-up, the 15-month follow-up, if they said no on my offer and I want to keep following up, those little 3 aspects of following up right there is basically an extra person on your team and automates all that. So now we get to, as investors, we focus our time on analyzing properties, making offers, all that fun stuff that we want to do, and talking and spending our time with the people who actually need our help, and let the system automatically take care of all of that other legwork that, frankly, none of us like to do anyway, right? So, all right. Just to give you an example, I've got a free marketing.
I can do a little sticky message up here to help people out with this too.
Yeah, cool. But so if you want to text just DPI to 850-900-3366. This is going to give you a free download of our marketing playbook. It'll go through each strategy, and you'll actually.
DPI is Discount Property Investor, guys. That's the brand. You never buy a property at retail. You always buy properties at a discount. So you, in fact, also are a discount property investor. Love it.
That's right. All right. So I will hop out of here, and I'm going to hop right in and kind of show you what this platform is. Can you see my screen all right here, Dave?
Oh, yeah, we can see it. Looks good.
Perfect. All right. So when I say REIA Black Book, this is REIA Black Book. This is our main dashboard. And we've got quick links to the landing pages and websites and all that fun stuff. It'll show you how many new leads came in today, any properties that I'm working right now. So here's my new ones, 10 that I'm actually evaluating on, that I'm making offers on. I've got 1 under contract, and I've got 4 that have closed so far, right? So real quick, easy way to get a high-level snapshot of what's going on in the business. All right.
So real quick, I use the landing pages. I use the websites. I use the contacts, tasks. I mean, I'm using all of this stuff. I love it. This is great.
Yep. So again, we have a platform that does everything in one. So it can, obviously say, well, hey, maybe I don't need a website, or I don't need this, whatever. But this is how easy we make it on. So for your domains for your website, right? So for your discountpropertyinvestor.com website, you can sit here and buy a new domain right here through REI Black Book, attach it on your website, have it right here. You don't have to go out and try to subscribe to outside parties and transfer domains and all.
Or if you own one already on GoDaddy, it looks like you can port it in there too.
Yeah, 100%. So you can import it if you already do have one, right? Or you can buy one straight through us. Either way, but we make it easy. You don't have to go outside the platform. All right,
and that's just the domain.
That's just the domain. That's just the actual domain itself. Now, we give you 10 websites included in the service. So again, 10 different websites. So David, I'm sure I'm safe.
Guys, this is cool. And really, Kevin, just to interrupt for just a quick second here. Yeah. We are getting more and more leads lately from pay-per-click and SEO, and really just promoting our website, right? Like, obviously there's so many ways to find motivated sellers. And if anybody on this, webinar has been following me for any time, They know I love talking about it, right? There's so many different ways. But lately, we've been really seeing a spike in traffic from like AdWords, pay-per-click, and anywhere that we're basically promoting our website. So having a website in your business in 2021, it's kind of the first thing I would do if I didn't have one, for the most part.
I mean, and to follow up on that too. So I mean, you've been around for a while, but you're using that as a lead gen strategy. But so some people who maybe it's somebody responding to a bandit sign on wheel, for example, right? And they look up your company name. This is a credibility play too, right? So,
yeah, definitely.
Like, so, people, they're going to research who they want to do business with to make sure that are you legitimate. And a website is a great way to do that. But you'll see here, we've got different templates. I won't spend a lot of time here, but you'll see we've got seller sites, buyer sites. If we're wholesaling and to manage our cash buyers and list our inventory.
But if you own a rental business, though, you can have your inventory in there too. This
right
is cool.
Here. They can apply to become a tenant right there on the website. And again, it's all about automating it, processing the contacts, and having a process in place. But so
the buyer site that you're showing in the middle there, I've been using that since 2014, and again, it's helped me sell 500 plus wholesale deals. So just that one tool. There's so many cool tools here, but just that one tool is just awesome and worth getting our Black Book.
Right. So, I mean, this here is just an example. This is, again, ready to go out of the box. I changed my name to REI Home Buyers on here. That's all I've done. Mm-hmm. It knows that my address, I'm in St. Louis. So it merges all of this in here together, the pictures. This is ready to go. So you don't have to go in here and spend days and pay thousands of dollars.
It's a pain in the butt building websites too.
It's ready to go. So
yeah, I love it.
Again, nice and easy. Same thing goes for landing pages. We give you unlimited landing pages.
So guys, if you're going to be running ads to try to get leads, landing pages are the way to go. It's less. Think about it. It's less information, but it's also less opportunity for them to click off of it.
Correct.
You want them to call you or fill out the information. So these landing pages are huge, and you don't always have to use them specifically just for finding motivated sellers, man. Sometimes I'll create these little landing pages for little side projects and all this other stuff. Yep. They're so easy to build out. I love that you guys have these landing pages. It's
so I mean,
basically like having a ClickFunnels account right here. It's awesome.
Right. Absolutely. We give you unlimited. You can build out 10,000 of these things if you want to in the system. We don't care. That's good. That means you're doing deals. So take advantage of it. But again, ready to go out of the box.
For domains, websites, landing pages. So that covers your guys' business on the creation, getting you started, getting some credibility, having a place for people to visit you online, having a place to collect data via landing pages. I love it. Very cool.
So, I mean, it tracks how many people visited the page, how many leads came through. You can set SEO up on there, like you mentioned a second ago with the AdWords, all these different things here. But everything's in one spot, super easy. Now let's move on to the next cool stuff. All right. Our phone system is called Profit Dial. So some of you who may have like Google Voice numbers or CallRail, whatever, but we have a full functioning phone system right here inside the platform. So we give you 10 phone numbers included as well. So you don't have to go out and spend all that extra money. You've got 10 numbers here.
And you guys have an app for Profit Dial, right?
Yeah. We've got a mobile app, so you can sit there and text, call, trigger workflows, add properties, all that stuff right there from our mobile app as well. Yep.
So Kevin, let me say something real quick. There's nothing wrong with Google Voice. There's nothing wrong with CallRail, guys. These are great solutions. If you're already using them or you want something cheap, I totally get it. But what's so great about having a phone system built into a CRM is that whenever a new call or new text comes in, it automatically associates that call or text to your lead.
Correct.
And it helps you stay organized. When you just have a random Google Voice and somebody calls it and you have no idea when's the last time you spoke to that person, but whenever you get the call and then it prompts you and tells you that, hey, this is the guy on Main Street that you talked to 2 weeks ago, and maybe even has notes about the offer you sent them all from your fingertips, it just makes sense. So personally, I think using a phone system that's already built into a CRM, and I'm really going to label you guys more as a CRM/marketing machine, because a CRM is really only a small piece of what you guys do.
Right. Absolutely.
But having the app is killer. You know what I'm saying? Like having a phone number that just forwards to your cell phone number or maybe you have a business line. That's great and all, but I personally love to separate my personal life and my business.
Yep.
So if I'm like with the wife or with friends, I am turning off the business one and either forwarding it to an assistant or a live answer service, or maybe even just a voicemail. But I'm not going to let that affect my relationship with my wife and my friends. So definitely separate them. And having an app and a phone system built in will allow you to do that, guys. So simple.
100%. And with the mobile app as well, you might take that first phone call with somebody and they may not be ready for 6 months. Well, you can use that mobile app right there, press 2 buttons and say, trigger my 15-month follow-up, and it will just basically stay engaged with them until they're ready to have the next conversation. So you can take a phone call, maybe it's a dead lead, and they say, take me off your list. That's going to happen too if it hasn't happened already. But press a couple buttons, and that can opt them out and take them off your list and mark them as dead. So you can do a ton of stuff with our mobile app as well. It's included, but call recording, all the different phone numbers. You can, for all of us are all over the country. You can sit here and look, maybe I'm in the 602 area code. I'm just making stuff up here. This may not even be a good area code. It's not.
But hey, no worries. I know 636. Yeah, it's got all the local numbers, guys. I mean, you can get any number you want in there.
Right here. Yep. You can even look for vanity numbers if you want one that has the word buy in it, for example. So these
look at that.
have
That's
the
cool.
word buy in it and all those different things. But you get 10 numbers, reserve it right there. This is a ringless voicemail platform as well. So you can add a new ringless voicemail, record it by phone, upload them if you've got them. But so right here, you don't have to subscribe to a ringless voicemail service in order to do this.
It's already built in.
Already built in. Text keywords. So those of you who texted in DPI, you'll see that right here. I created a DPI keyword a while back to text this number in.
Damn. So that text code right there, guys, is from REI Black Book. I love it. That's so cool. Right. Now, if they text that code, what do they get?
So if they text that code, it's going to send them our marketing playbook. So this, I can show you exactly what's going to happen. I've attached DPI.
Yeah, this is a perfect real life example of what people could basically put on a bandit sign or something like that, right?
Absolutely. Bandit sign is a great example on this. So DPI, I'll tell you what, let me search up here. I'll show you exactly what it looks like.
Boom,
anybody text in DPI keyword, this is what's going to happen. It's going to tag them as DPI. So when I look and see their contact name in my system, it's good to know where did they come from. Well, this might say bandit sign on it. If this is my bandit sign keyword, I can say, okay, well, hey, this person texted in from a bandit sign that I put in North County, for example.
Love it.
The next thing it's going to do is going to shoot them a text message back right away. Thank you for texting in. Learn more. And I put a link in here to REI Black Book. Then it's going to send them another text message. Hey, here's your free copy of our marketing playbook. And here's a link to a landing page that I just had.
Oh, guys, text that number. You're going to get a free marketing playbook. Hell yeah. That's awesome.
Yep. And that playbook's awesome. It goes through 9 different strategies and says, all right, if you want to do driving for dollars, this is exactly what you need to do to set it up. If you're going to set up
right now, just because I'm curious to see what it looks like,
Facebook ads, etc. Yeah. So go ahead and text in DPI to that number, Dave, and you'll have it. You might even learn a thing or two, man.
Oh, I'm sure I will, man. I'm such a student of everything all the time.
That you are. I know that for sure. But and then I take it a step further. I mean, with landing pages and everything else. I
already sent it back, man. That's what's up. I like it.
Sends it back right away. And I can see here's, a couple people's already texted in up here. It gives me the notifications, but it's that easy to do. So again,
cool. So websites, domains, landing pages, phone system that has an app that you can put on your phone. There's more.
Now, the thing that I talked about earlier was following up, and that's where I want to spend a little bit of time here with you.
Let's do it
for a second, because this is a thing that truly makes the biggest difference. We've have worked with tens of thousands of investors for over a decade. The thing that makes the biggest impact on their lives and businesses is implementing automated follow-up systems.
Man, that is the game changer, guys. It is.
That's it. So I want to show you what I mean by follow-up sequences. So here's a 15-month follow-up that I have already built out. So this is just going to give you an example. So the first step here is it's going to shoot them a text message, and you'll see first name. So this will merge in.
Yeah, mail merge. I like it.
So
So no matter if their name's Jim, Tim, Bob, Bo, or Sue,
yep.
It's going
to say Kevin.
It's already customized in it. I like it.
100%. If you're still wanting to sell the property located at, and I merged in their address. So now it's specifically saying on 123 Main Street, please give me a call or text back. Thank you, Kevin. All right. If they don't do anything with that text message, 2 weeks later, and I can change this to days, hours, weeks, months, whatever. 2 weeks later, they're going to get this email. All right. If they don't do anything, 2 weeks later, they're going to get this ringless voicemail. 3 weeks later, they're going to get this ringless voicemail. A week later, they're getting this email. So you get the point here, but I can go through and say, okay, now I want a text message to get sent out here, and I want a link to my landing page.
Damn. That's
like
awesome.
All the way through. But so hopefully, and I can have this ringless voicemail go out. You get the point here, but you can build this.
You can automate it really, really easily, though.
For 15 months, this is going to continue to follow up with each and every single lead. So that way, it doesn't matter when I need a paycheck. When they actually are ready to talk and sell that property, I know who they're calling at that point because I followed them for the last 10 months. So
guys, let's recap. 81% of deals are after the 5th touch.
Yep.
Nobody said you had to manually touch these people 5 times.
Correct.
You just have to set some sort of system up to help you do it for you.
Yep.
Now, the cool part is when we're sending out voicemails and text messages and RVMs and emails and all whatever it might be, at this point, we're just following up with them again and again. And when they're ready to respond to the email, the text, or the phone call, or whatever it might be, that's when we're going to be there to answer and help those people. Right. But it's very time consuming process to constantly be doing all the follow up. So, that's really what separates, in my opinion, the people that, dabble in this business and maybe do a couple deals or maybe do 1 or 2 deals a month, even 100%. From those that are at 5, 10. And, I have friends that are doing 30 or 40 deals a month even. Right. Yep. And they have systems in place, REI Black Book being one of them. But then they've also built out workflows for automations and they have multiple places to get leads too. Like if you're brand new, start simple, pick one thing, get really good at it.
That's right.
If you want to go from doing, a couple deals to consistently doing 5 to 10 deals a month, you need to have multiple places that leads are going to constantly come in. And REI Black Book is great because if you are running AdWords and maybe you have some cold callers or you're driving for dollars or band signs or whatever, you can funnel all those leads into one place to manage and organize them all.
Right.
So love it. Just love it.
Yep. And just like those workflows, right? That automated follow-up, this is what we call call flows. So what happens when the phone rings, right?
Oh, man, that's cool. So you can automate flows for leads. You can automate flows for the actual phone system itself, so on and so forth.
So if somebody drives by your banner sign or responds to your direct mail or, whatever it is, you can have maybe you want the phone to ring. Maybe we've got 5 people on our team that are all acquisitions, right?
Oh, look at that. Simultaneous ringing?
Yep. This can ring multiple phone numbers at the same time.
That's new. I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah, this is new. We just released this probably about a month ago, man. So, but we're constantly adding new features, when our investors say, hey, I need this, we listen and we build it eventually. So again, this can ring multiple phones at the same time. Maybe you're by yourself, right? And forward this to your cell phone or to an answering service.
Right. And forwarding to your cell phone is a great option too, guys. By all means, you want to talk to these people, but being able to turn on and off and what you can do right here is awesome.
Yep.
You just log in and just change the flow, right? That's cool. So, that's really cool.
Yeah. So, I mean, maybe it goes and it forwards on and you don't answer it, right? Well, then it goes to voicemail and, then you can say, okay, well, if they leave a voice message, I want to wait 3 minutes and have the system shoot them a text message.
Oh, look at that. Shoot them a text just like that saying, hey, I saw you called. I'm busy. I'll get back to you in an hour or 2 or as soon as I possibly can. Yeah. And they may even respond and, look at that. That's cool, man.
We're basically telling them, don't go to Google and find somebody else. I'm going to call you back in just a minute.
Just because I didn't answer doesn't mean I don't want to talk to you.
Correct.
Not all the time, but in this,
you can do all kinds of different things. A ringless voicemail can go back. We even have what we call smart routing, which is, it's like once you really start growing and scaling, want to get efficient, say, all right, anybody who's a first-time caller,
do this. If they called back a 3rd or 4th time, do this. Oh man, that's
awesome. You can do all kinds of cool stuff. At the end of the day, you get 10 numbers. If you can think it up, you can do it with the phone system here. But at the core, when a call comes in, you need to either answer it or have a system text them back or let them know that, hey, I've got this and I'll be right back with you. Don't do anything else.
I love it. This is cool, man.
This is what it is. So
this is kick butt. I love it, man. Very, very cool.
Right.
Very cool.
Well, we've added some stuff since probably you've gotten in there and looked at it a little bit here. But
I'm in here almost every day already. But yeah, you guys are constantly adding stuff.
Yep.
It's really cool.
Yep. So again, this here will track every single touch point with. So when we look at a CRM and managing our contacts, this here's a guy that came into my funnel back in 2019. This will show you every single text message, every email. I can go back and
track the history of the lead. Yeah, that's awesome.
100%. This here, I even show you this. I sent him an email on September 18th. This guy has opened it and clicked on the links 36 different times since I've sent this email. And this was the marketing playbook, by the way. So
here's the deal, man. It may take another 6 months, but that's
right.
how it works in this business.
Yep.
So when I say average, guys, think of it. That's average. We get sometimes 10 new leads a day that come in, sometimes 20. Right. It just depends. But the average one, 4 to 6 months, and it's done by follow-up. Do we get a call that comes in with a brand new lead that we're able to go get an appointment on right away and get a deal? Yeah, guys, of course. But that's like 1 or 2 times a month.
Doesn't happen often.
The majority are leads that are being followed up on by the team or automated, hopefully automated, right?
Yep.
So, damn, is that the call flow right there for the?
So one of the things here, like a couple of the courses, so I know we're going to give you guys a free trial and all that stuff, but this here is basically the flow chart of timing, and I've got scripts and everything that I'm going to give to everybody who wants this free trial. I'm going to give you a free course on marketing mastery. I'll show you what that looks like.
Yeah, show us what that is. That's cool. So they get a free course as well. And you guys are doing a 14-day free trial right now too, right?
Yep,
you used to do 7, and now you give people 2 full weeks to test it out, man. That's 2 awesome.
Full weeks. Here is a bonus course.
Get your phone system set up, build a website, just kind of get organized, right? And then start bringing leads in, then build out those automations.
Yep. All the scripts that you need for what should I say on my text message? What should I say on my ringless voicemail? What should I say on my email? I'm giving you all the scripts and the timing and step-by-step and say, okay, here's what your 15-day follow-up sequence looks like. And I encourage you sign up for 14 days, put that 2-week follow-up system in place, attach that to your dead leads, and see how many times your phone rings in that 2 weeks on leads.
That automatically following up for you.
100%. So 2 weeks will give you plenty of time to have your phone ring, and then you'll say, hey, this stuff does work. But we've got process maps and full workshop on basically all the different marketing strategies you do, how to outline it, process it, maximize it, and ultimately increase conversion rates, right? So if you can get 3 deals off of every $1,000 you spend on marketing instead of 1 deal, well, this thing just paid for itself for the next 15 years. So that's where I'm going with this. Really powerful stuff. We're also giving a workshop on our disposition side of things. So we did a full 2-day workshop on dispositions, and I don't have it in here. I didn't add that one on mine, but the disposition is basically how to automate, basically what you're doing every day, right? So I want to sell 150 properties a year using this. Well, here's how I automate the dispo and send this text out to my buyers list. This is the email that goes out. Here's the single property website, all that fun stuff that we do. We're basically going to walk you through, and we normally sell these for $1,000 a piece. You guys are going to get both of those absolutely free plus a 2-week free trial. So you don't have to pay $1 to find out that all this is real and it works. So, all right.
No, this is awesome. Hey, Kev, we got some questions that I want to get to. Let me share my screen just for 2 seconds real quick. Turn the screen share off on your end if you don't mind. Because I want to show everybody the, let's see here. I want to do the window and the one that I'm in now. Save. It's going to do the little window thing. That's all right. That's all right. Look at this, guys. This is my REI Black. You can see my screen here, right?
Yep.
Kev, can you see my screen? All right, cool. So 562 deals that we've closed. So if you click in here, you can see the property pipeline of all of these deals. I mean, this literally is my secret weapon for property dispositions. On top of that, we use it for our marketing and just everything. So here's all just deals right here. Some of these are marked as dead, but this is all the closed deals.
You got a lot of closed ones in there too.
Oh man, I mean, literally, we've done over 500. Literally, we've done over 500 and what does that say? 40, something like that.
562.
Yeah. So that's just wholesales, man. That's basically good leads that came in. Yeah, 562. That's basically good leads that came in that we passed on. Because you got to think again, my business isn't necessarily just trying to go out and find wholesale deals. It's really find rental properties and rehabs that we like, and we keep those. We cherry pick those, right? And everything else that's a good deal, we wholesale. So essentially, we've fallen into 562 wholesales just because we're doing marketing to find deals that, you know, we're basically cherry picking and keeping. I love it, man. It's awesome.
Right. So again, I know we did a really, really abbreviated kind of walk through the platform. It does so much more than that. Bird dog portals and text blast and, you know, all kinds of different things that I didn't even touch today. I wanted to focus on the follow-up aspect because it doesn't matter if you're brand new or been doing this for 10 years. The biggest area to close more deals with less money and less frustration is just automate the follow-up process. Talk to the people who want to talk. So again, everything from websites and your phone tracking, phone system, the CRM to manage your leads, the follow-up campaigns. Again, that's awesome. Really, really, really important. But property marketing and disposition, and we actually syndicate your properties out to third-party sites. So it's not just, you know, sending it out to your buyers list, but this
and that helps really well for marketing rental properties for rent.
Yeah,
but also marketing wholesale deals for sale too, guys. So there's lots of different ways that you can use that particular thing.
Yeah. So again, some people get down this trap here where they go out and buy all these different services all over the place and then try to connect them together. They pay a ton of money and it doesn't even work that well. Or you can pick one platform. We are waiving our $1,000 license fee. We're giving you 2 bonus workshops and 14 days complete free access. We don't do monthly contracts. So if this isn't what we said it's going to be 2 months down the road, you can kick us to the curb. It doesn't happen often. But again, websites, all these different things that you add up that we need to manage and operate our businesses, you can have in one single place here. So again, 14 days for free. If you go to reiblackbook.com/DPI.
The offer's actually up for anybody on the webinar. But guys, if you're watching, reiblackbook.com/DPI, and that will basically take you to the place where not only can you get the 14-day free trial, but you're also going to get added into getting the mastery marketing workshop as well as the property marketing disposition workshop. So you get additional tips and tricks and tools, guys. It's so cool. All right, well, hey, let's open it up for our Q&A. I don't want to go too long. I'd like to keep these around 45 minutes to an hour, and we're about 50 minutes in, so we're at really good time. But we had a couple questions already, so let me scroll back down here. Kevin and Ben, it looks like, had asked some questions. Ben said, since you mentioned the automated follow-up, the SMS, right? What changes are coming down the pipe for SMS? And he had said, I think you had mentioned this a few days ago. I did mention this a couple of days ago. But here's the thing, Kevin. There's a big difference between the initial outbound SMS versus somebody that you've already communicated with.
Correct.
That you're following up with. So maybe you can kind of enlighten us on that.
100%.
I know there are changes coming, though.
Yeah, that's a great question. We've actually done a couple webinars on all the TCPA changes and next steps. And so there's a couple things, and there's like an hour-long answer to that question, frankly, because there's a whole bunch of different aspects. But ultimately, if they've texted in or have contacted you back and responded to your marketing, you're okay to text them back and have that automated follow-up in that manner.
And that can even be from a different phone number, really.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you, and that's
as long as you've opened up a line of communication with them already.
Right. So as long as having that CRM is so important too, because if down the road something were to come through, this is your proof to say they texted into me, they called into me. It tracks all that, so that's a nice way to keep yourself out of trouble.
That's a great point. Because if you're not tracking it, you have what ground do you have to stand on?
Right. If they come to one of our websites, there's a disclaimer on the bottom there. You are agreeing that I can follow up with you with text messages, automated text messages, and emails, and all those different things. So we're helping you from a compliance standpoint across the board there. And they can still opt themselves out and text back, remove and stop and all that other stuff there. But yeah, if they've came into you, responded to your marketing, texted in a keyword, any of those different things, then yes, you can text them back.
Love it. Absolutely love it. So, and you guys aren't really designed for initial outbound necessarily, right?
No. So
more of a CRM than it is more of like a texting platform, right?
Yeah. Now we do have like the text blasting capabilities, but that's
different though, because people opting in.
Yeah, they've opted in. They had, yeah. So
and I use that for the buyers list.
Yeah, for the buyers list. And that's kind of what we've built it for. Now, can people break the rules and if they wanted to and send it out the other way? There's always going to be a way to cheat the system somehow.
Yeah, there always will be.
We're doing some things now to make it much more difficult for people to do that.
Yeah.
And we don't encourage it.
I mean, really, at the end of the day, guys, don't do that. Use this as a CRM and a marketing machine. Yep. And when it comes to doing, cold texting, you guys, if you're following me, I use batch leads. Love it. It's a great tool because it's specifically that.
Yeah.
Getting lists, skip tracing, and outbound marketing. But that system doesn't do any follow-up. Nothing's automated. Right. There's no website for landing pages or, any of that. There's no phone system over there. It's just that. So batch leads is a great option for texting. Batch dialer I've been using for 6 or 8 months. Great option for cold calling, with a multi-line dialer. But REI Black Book is where you want to centralize all the data, all the leads. Correct. Keep track of them. Have a phone system there to where if you do need to call or text that individual person, it's there. It's all being logged. You can have websites. You guys have a driving for dollars option now too, right?
Yep. Sure do.
I haven't even scratched the surface with that.
Yeah. We're just now getting that thing sent out. So I've done a bad job even telling you about it, Dave. It's
that's all right.
We're working on a lot of things in, but that's a good question. But yeah, we're definitely not the upfront lead generating, text blasting and things like that.
But it doesn't matter though, guys. Go to those places for those things. Yep. But just know there's a million ways to find motivated sellers, like bandit signs, cold calling, cold texting, AdWords, Facebook, landing page ads or PPCs, radio, billboards, bandit signs.
The things that I did.
There's 100 ways to go about finding motivated sellers. Literally, right? Yeah, the easiest way is just tell everybody that you buy houses. That's it's a free way to go about it. I still use that though, because we get leads from referrals and we're not spending money on direct mail or marketing or radio for certain leads. They're coming just because they see me getting loud on social media and everywhere, just saying, I buy houses. So you guys need to do the same thing. Tell everybody. Do not keep your business a secret. How is that going to help you?
Yep.
Tell them your business, So 100%. I love it. Couple more quick questions here, Kev. GS says, do you try to get a signed contract on the first call? Not necessarily. I like to get signed contracts before I go to the property, but it really depends. Some people aren't going to be willing to do that. They want to see that you're serious and they want to see that you're going to come run the appointment and meet you. So every lead's a little different. But the more and more you do it, the more comfortable you're going to get talking to people, setting appointments and sending offers. Even before we run an appointment, we still typically will make a verbal offer to make sure of a couple things. Not so much to qualify them as being motivated, but to disqualify us as going out and wasting time to pay retail. You see what I'm saying? So oftentimes I'll make an offer, and you guys want to know the easiest way to see if somebody's qualified or not, and that doesn't even matter what part of the country you're in. Go to Zillow, find the Zestimate, and offer 70% of that. And just say, I'm usually in the ballpark of this number. You don't even have to calculate repairs in. If they're willing to sell at 70% of that number or in the ballpark of that, that's the time to go run the appointment or maybe even send the offer or whatever. The order in which you do those things is not important.
And we actually have the little comp system here as well that will give you the owner's name, their mailing address, as well as
an estimated value.
Estimated value and all that good stuff. That's in an analyzer. We didn't even touch on it.
We didn't even touch on that, man. There's so much cool stuff in there. We'll do another one that's like specifically for certain pieces. Today was just kind of the fact that, hey, this is all in one. So you guys would be kind of dumb. Like you'd be a fool, in my opinion, not to at least check out the trial and the trainings. But I've been a paying customer since 2014. My main disposition website, Discount Property Investor, which is the code, DPI, is where we sell all of our deals. So everything hits that website. You're welcome to go check that out. I love it. All right, cool. Good question over here from GS. We touched on the texting. Ben says, does REIBB have training resources to help you set up and properly and share the best practices for automated follow-up, but not even specifically for just automated follow-up, for anything? You guys have a library, right?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we've got a full support library, step-by-step videos. So, there's 7 or 8 little short, like if you want to build a website, here's a 10-minute video that'll walk you through the details of building a website, phone system, the workflows, all that different stuff. We've done workshops. If you're wanting to run Facebook ads, we did a workshop on how to set up Facebook ads. We're direct integrated with Facebook. You can manage that right inside of REI Black Book as well. So the short answer, yes, we've got full-time support team, and anything you need, we've got you.
Yeah, so I'm logged into my account right now, and in the top right corner, you guys have resources. There's like a quick start guide, and you guys have assets. There's like an animation library, content library, and like just a whole bunch of different videos.
Yeah,
teach and walk you through all that stuff. So, Ben, great question. Yes, they do have resources, videos, a whole librry on how to set all that stuff up. It's really easy, but love that.
You can even pick up the phone. We've got 6 full-time customer support people right here in St. Louis. You can pick up the phone and call us if you have a specific question, don't see what you need, all that good stuff. We pride ourselves on support. That's one of our strongest suits, to be honest. So
I love it. Ben said, where can I find info on the changes over for SMS marketing? He's talking specifically to batch leads. He said he can't find anything about the changes. That's a great question. I'll have to make some more content about that because I personally don't know, and now I have to get with Kevin after this webinar to learn more about it.
That's probably a good topic. That seems to be a hot one.
I think that should be its own webinar for the most part. I like it. So we'll circle back to that, Ben. Great question. You're putting seeds in my mind on what I'm working on next, buddy. I love it. And you said, thanks for answering. Of course. Thanks for coming and attending today. We got time for one more. Kevin says, when you market to cash buyers, do you include your asking price? Great question. Absolutely. Put yourself in the shoes of the cash buyer. If somebody sends me a picture of a house and an address, I'm going to respond to them typically with, who are you and why are you wasting my time? I want all the information. I want a link with photos. I want the asking price. I want the ARV. I want the estimate of repairs. The more information that you can give to a buyer, the better. So, I mean, it's really, you just think of it this way. If you ever have a question about what to ask a seller or how to do this to a buyer or whatever, just imagine you are the seller or you are the buyer. How would you want things to be done? Well, if I'm a seller, I'm going to want somebody calling me and trying to buy the house every day, sending offers to get rid of this problem. If I'm a buyer, I'm going to want easy access to information, or I'm going to want as much of that information as I possibly get on that initial email or text message. Because again, oftentimes I may not have enough information and I might be busy and I might not get back to it. But if I have all the information, I may just forward it to one of my assistants and say, hey, set an appointment. I want to see this. So excellent question, though.
That disposition workshop that I've thrown in here actually has a section on that, exactly how to put the links on the text, how to add the asking price and the comps. And
awesome, guys. There you go. Go get this. It's free.
It's right there. We can do every detail you want.
Man, I absolutely love it. Kevin, let's wrap it up, buddy. Thank you for coming on. I haven't done one of these weekly trainings in like 3 or 4 weeks because I got sick and was traveling. And
what are you doing next week?
Yeah, all this crazy stuff. But I really enjoy doing these. So let's get you back on here in another like 2 or 3 weeks. I'm gonna try to do one of these a week moving forward. But again, thanks for coming on. I'm grateful for your time. Guys, don't forget, check it out. Free trial, 14 days, all-in-one system, literally a place to store all those leads, build your websites, have a phone system, automate follow-up, create a buyer's list, a buyer's website, push those deals out via email blast and SMS. I mean, I'm just scratching the surface with all the cool stuff that REI Black Book does. I would never promote something that I don't personally use. I've been a customer since 2014. And it's literally the best place for CRM/marketing machine, because I don't even like labeling you guys in just one category because you guys do so many things, guys. So click the offer on the side here or just go direct to reiblackbook.com. But don't forget /DPI for discount property investor to get advantage of not only the trial, but also those additional free courses, guys. That is huge. Kev, what did I miss, man? I think we did a pretty good job of covering all in one in an hour.
Yep.
Right in an hour.
Yeah, we for sure. That was quick, but I think we've got it covered here. So yeah, if you've got any questions, if anybody reaches out to you, Dave, at all and needs more info or anything like that, I'm sure
I'm going to point them over to you, man. That way you can connect with them and help them get on. That would be awesome. Awesome. All right, guys, we're going to do another one of these free trainings here next week. I think the next one I'm going to be doing it on the auto dialer over at Batch Dialer. But today I want to give a special thanks to Kevin over at REI Black Book for giving us a demo on all things REI Black Book CRM marketing machine. And guys, again, take advantage of this free trial offer. You get 2 full weeks, build a website, set up your phone system, and start just basically exploding your real estate business with all the tools and all the cool things that they have over there. All right, guys. Kevin, thanks again for coming. Signing off.
Follow up with your leads. Thank you.
That's right. Follow up with those leads. See you guys.